Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Between the Frames podcast.
Welcome back. We're here another week. I didn't actually know if we were going to do one today because it's Boxing Day.
Yeah.
And Mike's not
Christmas. Here. Yeah, Mike's not here, or Hayden's off in fucking
Denver doing backflips on a mountain.
Legit backflip mountain sesh. That's what he's doing. But yeah, like it's the day after Christmas. It's hot as fuck in Australia. And yeah, I was also like contemplating as well. I was like, fuck, should we do one today? Because like, you know, we're all in like this cool down period of just like relaxing. But I thought it's like, you know what, might as well. It's just a conversation between friends, and even if the rest of the crew aren't here, like we can still have a conversation between myself, Limon, and Liam over here.
Yeah.
So why not just fucking
do it?
Just do a podcast. Like it's just talking. So
yeah, I think it's good to be consistent as well. Like,
yeah,
you can tell yourself a million excuses about everything. Like, you know, I've always got an excuse for like a reason why I can't go to the gym because of this or that, or I'm feeling like there'll always be an excuse. So
yeah,
I'm glad we're sitting down here and doing it.
Exactly. Yeah. So well, talking about Christmas, like, I mean, I don't even know what you did for Christmas because like I just stayed at home. And like, were you with family or were you just in the apartment or like?
Yeah, because you don't really celebrate Christmas, do you?
Not really. Like usually when my sister's here, she's in South Korea with her boyfriend at the moment. Just they went on like a trip. They haven't traveled in ages, so that's great. But usually when my sister is here, that's the context. Yeah, usually when she's here, she usually makes an effort of like getting together.
Yeah, I just whacked Limon.
No, are you alright? Because like you whacked into my watch.
No, I just accidentally hit you. But yeah,
that's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, because like usually what happens is like she'll make an effort to like, you know, like cook something. Like she'll make like a pasta salad or like a roast chicken or something, or just like at least make some kind of like small dish for us to eat and set up the Christmas tree and stuff. Granted, our family doesn't really celebrate it that much, but like, you know, I still had some nice meals with my family. I just took some time just to chill at home and I was like, you know what, for these 2 days, I just don't want to worry about content. I'm just going to just have fun, relax, you know, watch some TV shows, just do whatever. Yeah. Just play with the cat, you know.
Yeah, little Bailey.
Yeah, little Bailey. Basically just the whole time was just putting freaking hats and scarves on Bailey and like seeing how she react to it, which is pretty funny. She just like, she just cops it. Like,
cat?
This cat will just like, you just grab her, right? She'll struggle for a little bit, then she'll just give up.
That's so funny.
It's really funny. And then like, you can just do whatever. You just like start putting like a little scarf around her. Yeah. And like we would put like this little Santa hat, and then she would kind of just like sit there with the Santa hat on looking really pissed, but she won't do anything about it.
Yeah. So such an interesting personality, your cat. Like, but she's also super playful.
She is. She is very playful as well.
She's still like what?
She's 7 months old now.
What? So young.
Yeah, so she's still really, really young. Yeah. But she's such a funny little cat. She just loves company and just loves to be around people.
Yeah.
Doesn't mind getting picked up or patted or anything. Loves to play.
You've been chilling. Just chilling with the cat.
Chilling with the cat, yeah, basically during Christmas. So
yeah. Nothing
too eventful, just relaxing basically, honestly.
Yeah. Well,
what about you?
I'm got the Italian/Greek side of my family. We had a huge lunch. So it was like you know like the spit is? Like where you have like the not that spit. I know what you're thinking about.
You laughed first.
No, you gave me
as soon as you started laughing, I thought of it. So
I saw you make that little smirk. I was like, I'm gonna get away with this. And then you got the smirk, so it's your fault.
It's your fault for bringing it up.
We didn't even do a spit, so don't worry about it. I was just wondering if you knew what that was.
You just wanted to talk about the spit. That's all.
Yeah, we did a spit. No, we
roast.
had the spit roast.
That's what they are. That's what it's called.
It's a spit roast with meat.
Yeah, you have meat and it turns in the center.
That's what we're talking about. Anyways, we didn't do that actually. We usually do that, but we didn't do it. We had We had coals on the barbecue. It's fucking good.
Oh, that's good.
Some good meat,
Mm-hmm.
good chicken on the long skewers.
Some nice cock in the
Yeah,
barbecue.
nice cock on the spit. Holy fuck, we were so immature.
Fuck.
Bro, we were 24 years old
Oh,
and we were laughing about spit and cock. Oh my God. Sorry, anyone
yeah.
listening. Holy fuck.
Sorry.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
bring it back
Anyway,
in. It was
anyway.
really good.
Back to the
with
cocks
my-
and spits.
Yeah, back to that. No, I had a good weekend with my family.
That's good.
Just eating food, having fun. Didn't do much work. I still did sneak in some work though. I uploaded a POV photography video yesterday,
Saw that. Nice. That's good.
which was nice. But other than that, just contemplating my life as per
Right.
usual.
I guess, right? Did you get any gifts or anything? Or
I got some coasters from my mum, which are over there, which are really nice.
nice.
I got a sunset lamp actually.
A sunset lamp.
Yeah, it's like a lamp that looks like a sunset. Like it
What?
looks no, not the lamp doesn't look like a sunset, but the light it produces.
So it produces just yellow light.
No, but it's like I gotta show
Produces
you.
yellow light.
No, okay, yeah, it produces yellow light. Fuck.
It produces yellow light in a nice way.
It's like a circular way. So if you point it onto a wall, it actually.
I don't know
looks
about
like
you, but lights usually spread out circular.
circular. No.
Or they diffuse usually.
No, it's like got a circle shape, like the light ends.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like a
So it's like a spotlight.
I'll show you. Anyway,
Okay,
that's what
okay.
I got as well, amongst other things. But
Nice.
yeah, Christmas is over now. Boxing Day today. I bought some bed sheets today. That's how you know you're getting older, when you buy
Yep.
different home goods
Yep.
and
When
you get
get-
excited by it.
Yeah, you're excited about bed sheets, mate.
Yeah.
Nothing's better than a fresh set of bed sheets.
Yeah,
honestly.
I got a nice not beige. What's it called?
Cream,
No, it's like green.
green. Oh, fuck.
It's like a light green.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't know what the
Yeah,
it's like the kind of earth
yeah,
color.
exactly. It's like earthy green, lighter green color, which is nice. And
Put on the bed. I'll be
chuck it on my bed. And now I'm about to buy not a dishwasher, a washing machine. So
That's when you know you're getting old.
yeah, I'm getting old.
What is our life? This is actually what we're doing now.
I don't know,
It's getting old.
but yeah,
That's all right. I mean, it's part of growing up, I guess. Just,
yeah,
you know, you have your own apartment, you got to do your own shit now. You got to fucking
yeah,
balance out, like, you know, work, friends, doing your own errands. Like,
There's a lot.
Yeah.
It just gets busy. Like life does get busy, but yeah, like we were saying, you do have to find a balance, and that's I reckon it's a hard thing. Like, how do you actually find a balance when you're trying to
yeah.
grow something and go to the
especially,
gym?
yeah. Especially as a content creator, like a social media creator these days, or like if you're self-employed, like it's so difficult to figure that out. Like, because I have fucking no idea.
Yeah, it's like, are you supposed to only work a certain amount of hours, or like you want to obviously take care of your health as well outside of that? So it's like you got to be eating well, exercising, making the content, but also doing the art side of it as well, because there's like the two parts of being a content creator, which is actually making the video side of things for the YouTube platform, but then also being an artist and making your art. So it's like, what are you actually supposed to do?
Like it's hard enough, like, because you can't exactly I like argue with me on this if you want, but like I don't think you can force art. It gets very difficult doing that, because when you try to like produce something or like create something, right, and it starts to conform to something that you don't want to necessarily do, it really blurs the line between something that you have to do for necessity's sake and something that you're doing to genuinely express yourself. So I think that's where like a big blurred line, like not even a blurred line anymore, a fucking blurred box and cube. That just like throws a massive spanner in the works in terms of like figuring out the balance between content creating for your sake and then also ensuring that you can monetize or that you can continue to do this in the future, and like staying motivated as well. So
Yeah, it's
even that balance between that section. Then on top of that, you have life, which is like hanging out with friends, like cooking, eating healthy.
We didn't even have kids yet, bro.
I don't know.
That's the other thing. What the fuck are you supposed to do once you have kids?
You know what? I reckon as soon as you have kids, your life is basically just done.
You're done.
You're done. You're fin, gone. End. It's
what
just
happens?
you live for the sake of your children, right? Like you have to, because they solely depend on you. Without you, they're fucked. They'll die. Like
They'll literally die.
There's literally nothing they can do because like up until the age of like at least like 16, arguably 18, right? Like, I mean, you're still going to be a fucking idiot at the age of 18, but still like you got to take care of them, and like basically everything you do is for them, right?
Yeah. So how are you supposed to, like, we're trying to speak about, it's so hard now, like, how the hell are you supposed to do it?
I think that's why like people value a stable job with a steady income. So you go to work, you go 9 to 5, you clock in for those 8 hours, you come back home, you cook dinner, hang out with your family. On the weekends, you take them out to like go shopping, or like if they have any extracurricular activities, like they play soccer or go dancing, like you take them out to those events and you hang out with them. And those are the main times you get to hang out, right? And then plus like when you have holidays, so hopefully if you're lucky enough, you know, once a year you get to go travel somewhere, go do a little road trip.
Yeah.
I guess that's how that works, right?
That's the appeal of like that sort of more structured 9 to 5 job, especially when you have kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can definitely understand that. Because like it's all well and good when you're working for yourself, when everything's going well, like the money's coming in, like regular income and stuff. But then when it doesn't, it's like, fuck, like what now what? Like,
now what, literally.
Like you have things you've got to pay for, and it's like, especially being an artist, it's not like you want to keep that self-expression there. Like you were saying, you don't want to just do it because you have to grow your audience or something, but you also want to, you don't want to do it just for that. You want to be able to actually make the art. But then got your life shit as well. It's just like this culmination of all these random different things.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you balance that?
I don't know.
Yeah. Because like, I think that's something I want to actually get better at. Is like,
definitely.
Even like next year, like, or not necessarily next year, but just like starting from now on, just like I'd love to be able to, even something as simple as like getting up and going to bed at the same time.
That's fucking difficult. That's so difficult.
Why is it so hard?
Because we have no structure in our lives, man. Like,
but we have to implement that.
We definitely should. I think it's like, I think you got to make something in the morning that you have to go to. So like, I mean, like the way I compare is like, okay, well, if stability is the name of the game, right? Like you want a stable life. What does a 9 to 5er do? You know, they have to wake up at 6, 7 a.m. in the morning to, you know, have some breakfast, take a shower, do what they need to do, and then go to work, right? Like that, because like they physically have to go to work. Otherwise, they're not going to get paid. They're not going to have a job.
Yeah.
Right?
Fired.
So they have to go to work every single day, Monday to Friday. So, I mean, for us, right, does that mean we have to set something every single day from Monday to Friday to do something?
Maybe.
Right? So
maybe that's what it means.
Maybe like, I don't know, maybe every morning you go to the gym for like an hour. Like you make that's like you have to do that.
Yeah, you have to get up and do that. So yeah, 100%. I think that's an amazing thing to do if you can actually implement it.
But what the hardest thing about that as well is, you know that if you don't do that, there aren't really that bad of a consequence.
Well, not directly, but like long term, the consequences are like
they're there.
I'm not happy with my life because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
Which is like sort of the state. I wouldn't say I'm at that stage. Like I'm not that lost at the moment, but it definitely leads to that if you have no structure, because there is no consequence. Or I think what it is, it feels like there's no consequence.
There's no short-term consequence for those actions.
Exactly. So you can easily just be like, oh no, I'll just stay in bed. It's fine. Like no one's relying on me.
Yeah.
I've got no one's relying on me. It's fine. Like it's all good.
That's why these podcasts are good. Every Monday we do one.
Yeah, I'm glad we're doing this.
Like even like this morning I was thinking like, oh fuck, should we really do this?
Yeah.
Can I be bothered doing this? Like, you know what? I'm just gonna message Liam. Let's just fucking just get it done.
Yeah.
Even if there's only the two of us, just get it done.
100%.
Yeah.
Good shit. We're working on it. That's one thing.
We're working on it.
I think if you can do one thing, like if you can like every day, just think about one little thing that you can do to make your life better.
Yeah.
Like we're doing with this. If we can just do this, which we are doing.
Yeah. And I think it's good as well to like take into consideration, notice what you are lacking or what you are doing so that you can help correct those actions. And because I know sometimes like I go to bed way too late and I end up waking up like fucking 11 o'clock. Like I did that last night.
Really?
I'm going to be real. I went to bed at like, I think
Go
probably
on,
like
say the real time.
2, 3 a.m.
Was it 2 or 3?
Probably closer to 3.
Yeah.
Because like by the time, you're finished watching some YouTube, watching some Netflix, it's like 2:30. I'm like, oh fuck, better go to sleep. So try to go to sleep, put on a bit of music, and I'm like, okay, I've stopped listening to music and I go to sleep. So it's probably, I'd say roughly 3 a.m. And then I woke up because I have an alarm set at 8:30 every morning just to at least wake me up. As soon as that woke me up, I just felt like, ooh, felt like death.
Like, holy fuck.
Yeah, think about 5.5 hours of sleep. It's not good.
But it's not even 5.5 hours. It's from 2 or 3 a.m.
Yeah.
to 8 a.m. That is like that's not good for your body. Like if you had 5 hours of sleep from like 10:30 to 3:30, that would be way better if you had that routine.
That would be hectic.
Because it's also not about the length; it's about the quality. It's not about
you brought that up.
I brought that up and I initiated it. But it's true. It's not about the length of your sleep.
It's all about the quality.
Oh, fuck.
Just like with a lot of things. This podcast as well, like I know some of these podcasts are a bit shorter. They can range from like half an hour, 40 minutes, 50 minutes. Some of them go for like an hour and a half. I know other people do an hour and a half long podcasts.
Yeah.
It's not about the length.
It's about
quality.
The quality. So
exactly.
Just tell that to your missus next time.
Yeah. Tell that if you ever look down, you're like, fuck. It's not that big.
Just tell yourself, look in the mirror. It's not about the length. It's about the quality.
Yeah.
And then you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
But anyway.
Yeah. Don't compare yourself to the hub.
Oh, it's a whole nother topic. Holy shit. That's for another potty.
That's for a completely different podcast and a completely different platform.
What were we talking about again?
Length and quality of sleep.
Oh, yeah. So how do you feel waking up at 11 a.m.?
It's not good because the thing is you wake up at 8:30 as well and you're in this like dead zone light sleep that your body, so not even light sleep, I think your body is still it still needs sleep, right? So it's just, you feel paralyzed in your bed and you just cannot get up for the life. You just cannot get up. It's just, so I'm like, I wake up at 8:30, right? And I'm like, fuck, I need more sleep. So I immediately just fall back asleep again. And then you wake up at like 10:30ish and you're just like, oh, me body, me brain.
And then you're like,
this is not good.
You have to like get up, do like morning routine and then start your day. Yeah, you
have to force every ounce of your body to get up and start doing something. Like, get some breakfast in you, just start your morning and then do all that. So that is it is not good. I know that. I'm trying my best to fix that. I know today was definitely a bit of like a,
outlier.
It was also because like over the weekend I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to say these 2 days, this is going to be my Christmas break.
Yeah.
I'm just going to not fucking worry about content, not going to do anything. I'm just going to be like full potato mode.
Yeah.
So that's why. And I was like, you know what, just at least give yourself these 2 days and then just, just do that and then get it out of your system and hopefully just improve from here. So
especially whilst the Christmas spirit's still around. Like even last night, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna watch a movie on Netflix." Like I rarely do that. I rarely just watch Netflix, because I do like to get to bed at like a reasonable hour.
Yeah, it is good doing that.
Just feels so much better. But I watched a movie. It was actually a really good movie. It's called Glass Onion Knives Out.
I heard about that. I heard someone was telling me, I can't remember who, but someone was telling me that it was a really good movie. But I have no idea what it's about.
No, watch it. It's so good.
Yeah,
I liked it. But then again, it finished at like 1:20 a.m. And then I was like, you know, when you just finish a movie, because I hadn't watched a movie late at night in so long, and I finished it and I was like, fuck, I'm not tired.
Yeah, because your brain's like constantly engaged, and like after the movies happen, like you have probably like, I don't know, you probably have like some kind of like post highness from watching the movie.
Well,
right?
You feel like you're in that world of the movie.
Yeah.
You feel like you are one of the characters.
Like you get so absorbed into what's happening. Yeah, and then you just start like, I think like your brain is still processing that whole experience that you just saw. So you're like, fuck, like you're thinking about the movie, you're like, oh, I love this scene, I like that scene, like this could have, maybe I don't like this aspect of it or something. And then by the time you finally ready to go to bed, or you're thinking about, oh, I should go to sleep, it's probably like 2:00, right?
Yeah, it was like 2 a.m. By the time I had a shower, like brush my teeth, like actually I was hungry as well. I was like, fuck, I'm hungry now. And then I didn't have any food. So I was just like, fuck this. So I couldn't eat anything. Because that's the other thing about living by yourself. You actually have to buy food. Like,
yeah, that's true.
My fridge literally has like blueberries, which are 3 weeks old, yogurt, which I don't even like yogurt.
Why'd you even buy yogurt then?
Because I was like, oh yeah, Greek yogurt looks healthy. And just don't eat it. And then I got eggs. I eat eggs every morning though. I smash them. Smash through the eggs.
Eggs are good.
Yeah, it was like a good brekkie. But I feel like I could be eating more for brekkie. But anyways, I just noticed that I didn't sleep as good because I went to bed so late. And that it 100%, like on the flip side, when I woke up like I had a pretty good routine for the past couple of weeks where I was waking up at like 7:30 a.m.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
going to bed. Like I was wrecked by like 11. I was like tired. I just lay in bed and fall asleep, wake back up again.
Oh, that's good. That's what you want.
So, but I felt so good, like clear-minded, knew what I wanted to do, knew how I had to do it, clear goals, no like negative thoughts or anything like that. Like mentally just feeling great.
That's good.
And all I was doing was just going to bed and waking up at the same time.
Yeah.
Like so fucking simple. Like I wasn't, nothing else was changing. I wasn't exercising more or less. I wasn't eating any differently. Like just something as simple as that. So I think, yeah, if you can do that, it just felt good. That's what I noticed.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely want to try that more in the new year. Just like, or even still starting now, like have that alarm. Like even if I get up at like 9:00, that's still better. And I can always go back from there as well. So I can start waking up earlier. But I think just these couple of days I've just been slipping because I'm like, fuck it, play your games, watch your movies, just relax.
That's the thing. It's so easy to
it is very easy to do that.
Like all those temptations. It's like Netflix. Like it's like so easy to do it. Whereas like the thought of going to the gym or eating or getting healthy or like going to bed at an earlier time is like feels so like hard.
Yeah. Well, I actually like went shopping the other day and I made sure to just buy like a fuck ton of like, those pre-washed like vegetables, like spinach and stuff for salads. I just went out and I was like, you know what? Like I noticed because I'm at home every day and like I can't be fucked like cooking every single meal at lunch. Because it gets because that's what I usually do. I usually cook for lunch, right? And sometimes like you just can't be bothered and I just whip out the frozen dumplings. Like they're good, right? They're great. They're really nice, but they're also probably not the most healthiest thing to be eating every single day for lunch.
Yeah, no.
So I'm like, fuck, this is not good. Like I need to fix something. So like I went out and I just bought some like salad mix. Literally like just bought like lettuce and fucking rocket and spinach and all that sort of stuff. I was like, you know what? At least I have this now. So when I'm hungry for lunch, I can just put together a salad and then have like something lighter with some meat or some eggs and just call it a day. Like today I just had some pasta and I made myself a salad along with that. And I was like, fuck yeah, this is sick. This is good. This is what I actually want for lunch. Like having a good salad with a little bit of protein and carbs is like, this feels right. This feels nice.
It feels so good to consume that 100%.
Rather than just something that's super oily or thick or heavy. It just like makes you want to sleep after lunch.
Yeah. Like after eating a salad, like even like a chicken salad or something.
Yeah, it's fucking
like
mint.
you just feel like you got the nutrients. You're like, you got those fucking nutrients.
Like I'm at that age now where I crave salads.
Really?
Like
you crave salads?
I'm not like craving salads. Like you're like, oh, like you think about chocolate or something.
Yeah,
But you look at it and you're like, so you think about lunch and like, fuck, a good salad will be nice.
Yeah, I feel that.
That's where I'm at in my life at the moment. Because I'm like, because I know, first of all, I know it's healthy. I know you can make it taste good. And like, it feels good. Like that's why, because you know it's healthy.
And and I think also if you get into the routine or if you do it like a couple times and you realize how good it makes you feel afterwards compared to those other foods, you're like, fuck. Oh, like I'm gonna have a salad today because I want to feel mint after eating this. Yeah,
and it's so easy to throw together as well. Like it's literally just like a bunch of veggies, put a bit of vinaigrette on there, and you're done.
Vinaigrette.
I don't want a vinaigrette.
I like a little bit of vinaigrette with my fucking salad.
My bath of it, vinaigrette.
Yes, eating healthy is imperative. Going to bed at the same time. And waking up at the same time is also great. But these things aren't things you can just do overnight.
No, and especially as a content creator that has a whole bunch of random jobs here and there as in you just have so many variants in what you're meant to be doing throughout the day. So it gets very overwhelming to remind yourself that the simplest things matter a lot. So
yeah, simplicity is key. Even like I was saying to you before the potty with the website for me and Mike, like for our V3 presets, like where it's like our current website is very colourful. It's got a lot of different tones in it, a lot of blue colours. It's got sliders, it's got videos, like price. Yeah, wow. It's like there's so much going on.
Yeah.
And I was reflecting like the past couple of weeks. I'm like, I don't know if I like this style anymore. Like, I think I want to just like moving forward, even within myself, like my lifestyle, but also like my creative side of my life. I want to just strip things back and keep it more simple. Like,
definitely.
Nothing. It doesn't need to be so overcomplicated. Like less is more. So that's something I want to try and implement more from, I've already started like designing a new website that's literally just like a white backdrop, a clean font, and just reviews and then the product. That's like all it needs to be.
Just cleanliness, just make sure you get the information that you want out there for the audience, and then that's about it. Just making sure it looks nice as well. Just easy to look at.
Yeah.
Because I remember like your website does look sick, but sometimes it gets very messy with like, especially with the background.
Yeah.
You have a lot of bokeh, a lot of orange with the blues and the sliders and videos everywhere. It was pretty funny. And like, we talked about this before as well, like the streamline.store preset website.
Our V2 preset.
The V2 presets is like, it was fucking great. But also thinking back, like I remember Mike and I designed that back in like, I think the start of 2019.
Oh yeah, start of 2019.
At the start of 2019, I helped Mike design it. And like, I remember Mike was telling me, oh yeah, I want like a dark theme with like orange and blue because that's what we used for Instagram at the time, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. So I remember I helped him put together the website because at the time, like, I think it's because I was dealing more with Wix stuff. So Mike wanted my help with putting together the Wix website. And then that's how that website came to be.
Yeah.
And it looks fucking trash.
It looks like a scam.
It looks like a scam website, literally.
But like I was saying, that one sold the most presets out of any website we've ever had. So, but that also, you have to have context with that. That was during lockdown where there was
like the start of 2019 as well. That was like the beginning of all the traveling and realizing, oh shit, we could do all this content stuff and like actually make it work. Like,
Yeah.
And so it was like the big build up of 2019, the forbidden year.
The forbidden year.
The forbidden year. And then throughout COVID as well, I know you guys, you said did pretty well with presets, right?
Through COVID, yeah.
Through
just
COVID,
because people, well, obviously we're all bored at home and people getting into photography and presets are a great way to get creative with it all.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it just sort of worked out. But I think moving forward, I just want to keep things more simple and not so like buy this. Like, when I reflect on what I want to actually be doing with my life, it's more like I think we spoke about it briefly in the previous poddy.
Yeah.
But just about like being more of an artist and like getting in touch with that again, as opposed to like being a YouTuber who like because like even if I like look back in the videos I was making in lockdown or even before that, like when we were like getting really into YouTube, it was really cool and exciting. I noticed we started to make videos about things that we necessarily wouldn't have actually taken photos of these things. Like I did a video I started doing videos purely because I knew that they would get views, but the photos were just like horrendous. Like getting a coffee cup and pouring milk into it and like photographing that. Like that is something I would never do. I don't give a fuck about that. Like I don't care about that. But in my head, I was so excited about the YouTube side of things and learning what would do well on YouTube, which is fine.
Yeah,
but
I
now
think that's a natural thing to be excited about when you're first starting out in YouTube, because I get that sometimes as well. I'm like, oh, cool, I get to experiment with this sort of aspect of video content creation.
Yeah.
Right? And you sort of get lost in that aspect and you forget about the actual photos themselves.
Yeah, you forget like, what am I even taking photos of? Like these photos, I don't even want to, they're shit. I wouldn't even want to look at them.
Yeah.
And I'm not, this isn't me being like critical of myself or like, no, I straight up just would never do this if it wasn't for the YouTube video that was going to get the views, which then gives you money. And then like, you're like, oh, this is all cool. But yeah, it's sort of come full circle in the past month or two. And I've been like, I sort of just want to get better at being a photographer and like actually taking photos I want and that I am happy with, like going to cool locations, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's like, how do you implement that within YouTube?
And then balance that aspect as well, like I was talking about before.
How do you do it?
How does one do it, ladies and gentlemen?
We will tell you.
Send us help.
Yeah. We will tell you in another podcast if we end up figuring it out.
If we end up figuring it out, we'll let you guys know. But yeah, it's just, it's difficult, but I mean, it's all part of it, right? Like, like as much as like we have all these doubts and thoughts on this sort of stuff, like I wouldn't have it any other way, especially at the age that we are now. Like we don't have any kids that we need to worry about. Nope. We're at that age where we're just off exploring, doing our own thing, and we'll just constantly keep learning from these experiences that we keep having. And with that, I don't know what would happen in the next few years, but either way, I'm sure we'll figure something out for ourselves.
Yeah. I believe we will as well. I think it's just, you got to remind yourself that this stuff does take a long time. And I think as long as you can, again, I've always sort of said this, but as long as you can keep chipping away at it every day, like whether it's like, if you want to be better at photography, just like every day doing something that will get you there.
Yeah.
Like don't sort of, and I sort of speaking for myself, like I don't have to do this in the next couple of months or next year or 2 years or 3 years. Like it's fine if this is going to take another 8 years because it's what I want to be doing with my life. Yeah. So why does it matter how long it's going to take?
Yeah.
So I think it's good to have that perspective as well of like, as long as you're doing what you genuinely like, don't worry about like trying to make money and stuff today from it, because if you're focusing on the money, like I definitely focused on the money at some points, and then I realized I just got caught up doing shit that I didn't even like, but just because it made money, it was like sick. But then you reflect and you're like,
I mean, there is there is the argument as well though. Like you got to bite the bullet and do the shit that you don't want to do, so you can do the things you love.
Exactly.
There's also that argument to be made because
Yeah.
For me at least at the moment, like financially, I'm fucking poor as fuck.
Yeah.
I barely make any money off of YouTube or Instagram or any of like content creation. So I gotta bite the bullet in some areas and figure out ways that I can incorporate monetization into my videos or my photography.
Yeah.
So that is the case for me, at least at the moment. But at the same time, I'm trying my best not to make that money ruin my integral values as an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like, yes, money can be involved in like the people who want to, you know, who are giving me the money have a bit of control in this in terms of like, oh, like we want you to do this,
Like
this
sponsorships
and, this, right?
and stuff.
Sponsorships and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. They're like, oh, we'll love you to do this, this and this and hit these points and talk about this, right? But I'm also trying to make sure that when it comes down to the art element of it, like the actual photos, I never want to compromise on those.
Yeah.
Like that is the one thing that I've made sure for myself, because that is a big value for me just in general, is I never want the photos to be compromised, because to me that is like my way of expression. That is my form of being like, oh, like these are some of the thoughts that I've had or some of the thoughts that inspire me or that I think about, and I want to put that into something that can be seen, that is visual. And so that is my form of expression that I want to continue to create for myself.
Yeah.
And so I will make sure that part doesn't get compromised. But other aspects, like, okay, like I know I can take it like a little bit here and there and just be like, you know, this doesn't have to be completely perfect. I'm okay with that.
You have to make money at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like you said, super important. Don't compromise the thing that you really love, which is the actual photo itself. Like, if you have to speak about a product in a video for a couple of minutes, you know, you got to pay for your life. People understand that. It's fine. Yeah. But as long as you don't sort of let that seep into your artwork and your creative vision as much, I think that's cool as well. And you also could, like, you don't necessarily have to make money off of the thing you love, like photography. You could also do something else, like you said, to fund the things that you want to do. Yeah. Like there is, like, at the moment, because of how unstable the whole social media scene is, which is a whole different topic we will not get into, because we have spoken about it before. But because of this whole instability with social media, there is a fat part of me that will be like, you know what? Settling for an engineering job doesn't sound too bad. Yeah. So have you thought about that before? I've been thinking about it. Yeah. And I might just do some, like, granted this year I'm just going to have, like, there's only like 7 days. Yeah, it's like a week left. It's like a week left of this year. So I'm like, don't even worry about that. Let's just create some content and just have fun with it. Yeah. But moving into next year, I do want to look into some jobs, see what's available in the market, just see what I can get, right? Because I mean, I do have a degree. I should do something with that at least, and like not only that, like if it's still a side of me that excites me as well, because you know I do like the finicky engineering stuff as well. Like growing up as a kid, I was quite technical but also quite creative at the same time. So there is that part of me that thinks that, oh, like a cool job like doing computer aided design, like 3D modeling. For engineering, like engineering products and all that sort of stuff will be fun, and that also excites me. And the fact that you're doing something and contributing something small to improve the lives of others, it's not necessarily just for yourself. In terms of just working for yourself, you get to communicate with others and improve and like create something in like the engineering scene that can help improve other people's lives. Like I know back in the day I was looking at like a PhD project. I wasn't going to do this, but it was an opportunity that I was looking into where they would get old solar panels that no longer worked and recycle them to build new solar panels. What? So I'm not too sure about the specifics of it, but like there was this thing where in solar panels, like I think after so much use, it's just going to end up dying. So there was like a project to try to take that aspect
be renewable about it and create something new from it, right? Which was like, it was like how cool is that? Like
that's so, it's actually exciting.
It's actually exciting to think about and like
creative
and creative, exactly. And like you get to think about, okay, well, you have this and you need to get in, you need to get to here. How do I go about doing that? And it's the same thing with like creating art as well, right? So, and not only that, you know that this will benefit a lot of people in the future. So like that is, I think that is the upside to a quote unquote stable job, right? When you do think about it in those kind of, when you put that kind of perspective into it.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with it as well.
No, there's nothing wrong with it either. It's just
like for you, I'm saying, like, I think if that's something you want to explore, I think you should do it. Like there's plenty of YouTube, like for example, you know, Marcus Brownlee, he's like isn't he like an Olympian? No, not Olympian.
No.
He's ultimate frisbee, but he's at like the national, sorry. I'm pretty sure he's like in the national teams. Really? He's like professional at ultimate frisbee.
Oh, sick.
Runs a huge YouTube channel, probably does multiple other things. I think it's actually great to do that.
Yeah.
Because I think if you had a full-time job or even a part-time job in engineering, you could come home and then do YouTube on the side.
Yeah, exactly.
And it might even be better.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to as well. Like it'll be a pretty cool life. Like think about it, if you do like a full-time or part-time job that does bring in some income and that you're somewhat passionate about, but you also get to work on like another side of you that is like very passion focused. So you don't have to worry about any of the money aspect of it. You don't have to compromise and create bullshit ads or anything.
Yeah.
You just put all your energy into creating the art that you want to create and do that. Like there is that side of me as well that I'm like,
maybe you should do it.
It is a good thing to do.
I reckon
you know?
You should do it. And hey, if you hate it after like a couple months, you can just quit the job.
Yeah, exactly.
And no one's going to give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because that's the beauty of like.
Well, my parents will, but.
Yeah. No, don't tell them. Don't tell your parents that. It's like, no, the job's going great. Got a promotion. Just gonna
leave and drive all the way to Liam's place and film a podcast.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. No, it's all right. I think that's good. I think if you can do that.
Yeah. So I'm definitely keeping my options open. So I will probably start looking into that next year and just seeing what opportunities I can get in that sort of aspect and then just work on that. So that is, I guess, I think that is my plan for next year at least in terms of that kind of aspect. So
it's good. It's exciting. It's cool to have like something new on the horizon.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
I think, I'd love to see what that would look like for you there.
Yeah, I'm curious as well.
You know, the actual job.
I'm genuinely curious as well because like, there's so much in the whole, like engineering is such a broad term. So there is
it can be used in so many other things, and because you are creative outside of engineering, you could 100% use that, and that'd be such a big advantage because a lot of people who are very academically smart don't really know how to think laterally all the time. Mm-hmm. So because you are creative, you can sort of think outside the box. I think that'd be super valuable in a highly sort of intelligent, technical industry. Yeah, so that could be cool as well.
Yeah, that is very true.
But yeah, I just think see how it goes, man. Why not? Because I've thought about it as well for myself, like, and it feels weird though because it's like I always feel like I'm downgrading because I've got this like YouTube channel and like I can make money from this and I'm working by myself. But then if I'm not enjoying it and it doesn't fulfill me anymore,
then what's the point?
Then is it even that good? No.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter about anything else. It's just the bottom line is, are you enjoying it? Does it give you fulfillment? No. Okay. It's fine to do something else. Yeah. So yeah, I would love to figure that out for myself as well, or just try other things. And I think I was saying last time, one of those things could be trying to do more like in-person, like actual selling a print. So blowing my photos up huge and selling prints of them, doing like art exhibitions, going up to
what?
So, I thought you like got a little smirk going. I was like, what did I say?
No, nothing. I'm just agreeing. I'm like, yeah.
So like even going into like, I don't know, cafes or some shit and like trying to pitch them and be like, hey, I'm a photographer.
Yeah.
I've got these photos. Would you like some artwork? Just something different.
Yeah.
Could be cool.
Nice. Yeah. That's sick. And another thing as well, slightly pivoting from that, but I was just thinking about like, you know, how you're blowing up your prints and stuff, right?
Yeah.
One thing that I've also noticed for myself, at least, especially, I was talking about this with Mike the other night as well, where because we all started off taking photos from Instagram, like posting for Instagram, and that's how we've basically learned photography, right? We've been conditioned to take photos in portrait mode, right? And the camera's not technically built for that. If you look at the layout,
portrait orientation.
Yeah. So not portraits as in like portraits of people, but like portrait orientation.
Like vertical images.
Especially with street photography and all that sort of stuff, right? We were trained to, because obviously Instagram's for the phone, you want it to be vertical. So you take portrait images. And one thing that I'm trying to do for myself is take photos landscape, because the camera is technically built to be taking photos in the landscape format. Like you look at a camera, right? The way it's, like I'm just looking at the Sony that we're filming with now. Everything like all the text, all the buttons, you're meant to take photos landscape. So why the fuck am I taking photos portrait?
Because of
Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I've been trying to do more of, is to take landscape images, and I've been finding it so much more interesting. Like it creates so much more of like a cinematic look. It's so.
Bro, when was the last time you watched a fucking portrait movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, fucking you reckon, what's his name?
That's watching fucking TikTok.
Yeah, that's not a movie, mate.
Yeah, it's fucking 10
fucking
seconds of
garbage.
bullshit.
Fucking brain damage. That's what TikTok is.
Literally.
Fuck, don't watch TikTok. Delete that shit.
Don't watch it.
100%.
Yeah. Like,
do you reckon bloody Jason Statham's fucking making movies in fucking vertical format?
Yeah. Imagine if Jurassic Park was all in portrait mode.
That's what I'm saying, mate. You think Jurassic Park's filmed vertically?
Yeah.
No. So why the fuck are you taking your photos vertically? Dude, since Instagram started shitting on photos, I've noticed, like, I don't give a fuck about Instagram anymore in terms of me trying to post my photos, because they bomb. Like no one gets to see them. Yeah. Whatever. We've established that. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I've noticed I've been taking so many photos like landscape. I barely take vertical photos anymore. Like in portrait orientation. And like you said, when I'm editing them, I'm like, this is sick.
Yeah, this is way better.
Like it's just better. I don't know.
Yeah, it's literally just like
how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, because I went out the other day to like properly take photos again for a video. I took photos of Faye, right? And I was like, I'm going to take portraits of Faye, but I'm going to make sure that I take them in like a cinematic look, right? I'm going to take some photos. I'm going to make sure that majority of my photos are going to be landscape. And that's what I did. That's what I thought of when I went to go take these photos. I was like, these photos are going to be landscape. So that's what I did. I took like 90% of them as landscape. And it was just so much more fun. I don't know, like granted, like there was a few shots where I took portrait, and I was like, okay, this feels more natural for me, and I'm able to compose a little bit easier just because I'm used to it. But just taking photos of landscape again, just something as simple as that, was just so much more nicer in a sense. Like it felt
the frame feels good.
Yeah, the framing feels good. You just feel like it's like a breath of fresh air for me. I think, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I think it's just how it's supposed to be. Some things are just supposed to be a certain way. And I think most of photography, like 80% of it, is supposed to be landscape.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, there's definitely cool things you can do with portrait framing. Like, I know I've definitely experimented that in the past, but there's just something characteristic about a landscape photo and just taking something that has that look to it rather than having it all focus on the vertical aspect. It focuses it almost like I almost have to retrain my brain in terms of composing.
Your photographic eye.
When you're photographing something, right? You have to retrain your eye for composition to take photos in a different way, because you got to look, okay, it's not about what's above or below my subject. It's about what's next to my subject. And it's like, it just changes it once again. So I've been having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, it's so cool. Just something as simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is something simple. Like half you guys probably watching this just laughing at us. Like, these fucking idiots. Like, are you serious? You don't take landscape photos. But it's just like, I mean, that's just the nature of what we've been doing.
For the past pretty much like 8 years or something.
Yeah, 7, 8 years, I think. Yeah. It's just,
like, that's a long time to be conditioned to a certain way of thinking about something.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's why it's just like, it just feels nice. Like, and also, now not only that, like I'm able to see because I have been taking more landscape photos. Like my eye's been trained, obviously, because the whole saying of your eyes replicate the 35mm look, right? You see framing so much easier as well because you start training your eyes to be able to see. I mean, like your eyes are fucking landscape.
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
you see the world landscape. You don't see it through a 9x16 fucking crop.
Little sliver. You don't see a vertical sliver. No, you see it landscape. So it definitely helps train your just natural eye as well, which is good, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's, in terms of photography wise, that's where I'm exploring at the moment.
Yeah.
Just something as simple as landscape photos.
Yeah. I was out the other night doing some street photography.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't even doing street. I was just trying to take a thumbnail because there's like the metal seats on Burke Street. They're like really long. Metal street. So that's where I took my recent thumbnail just of a camera of the Sony.
Yeah, nice.
Because for some reason, fucking dope photos of cameras just seem to do well on my channel. Whatever. That's just something I figured out.
Okay. Yeah.
So I did that, and then I just had my camera out, obviously, because I had to bring them both, and I just took the Vietnamese shop restaurant on Swanston Street, the green lighting.
Yeah.
It was like blue, like it was dusk. Sun had just set. That green lighting was just lighting up the street there. Heaps of people were out because it was Christmas. Yeah, last night.
Oh, that's sick. Yeah.
And was that last night? Damn, it does not feel like last night.
That was last night for you.
Wow, it's so weird. It feels like ages ago. Anyways, and I just took a photo, and it was just so nice. A landscape photo of just this. This is so simple, but like the lighting, just the way you could see the lighting sort of fall off on the edges of the frame because it's landscape. Yeah. And the orientation of the shop and everything, it was just a nice photo to do. And if I had have taken a portrait, it would have been completely different.
Yeah, because you would have shot above the building.
Yeah, above and below.
Above and below with the streets.
Which doesn't make sense because it's like random negative space. Yeah. It's almost like you're missing out on like a quarter of the story. It's
like you're deliberately taking photos of the negative space rather than focusing on taking photos of where everything is.
Yeah.
Like a street. Like a street fucking runs vertically, mate. Like it's not going to run upwards.
Wait, it runs vertically?
Wait, fuck.
Yeah. No,
shit.
The street runs
horizontally.
Yeah, don't shoot it. No, I think portraits are good for portraits.
Portraits are good for portraits, yeah.
Portrait orientation I guess that's why it's made. So you can get more of the human body in the photo. But I don't know. I think it's something that we can just explore and it just feels better. I don't know the exact reason why. There's probably a multitude, but it just feels better.
I think it's just you got to know when to take landscape, when to take portrait. And you can't be locked into one or the other. I think it's good to be able to understand how to take both.
Yeah.
From a photography standpoint. Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. All right. I want to talk about cool photography stuff.
Cool photography stuff.
So that's maybe the last topic we can discuss.
Yeah.
Cool photography stuff. I've got a film camera I bought.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't used it yet.
Yeah. So you haven't used it yet?
Dude, I find I suck at like, how do you get a model? How do you even like organize a shoot with a model?
Dude, it's fucking hard.
I messaged 10 models. None of them even opened my message. Am I like... I think I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah. You know what? I think we are doing it wrong because I spoke to another photographer. Shout out to Jesse. You know Jesse?
Jesse?
He usually comes on the photo walks. He did like a thing with Sigma as well. He does YouTube videos as well.
Jesse.
What's
his last name?
Fuck. I don't know his last name. But it's like on Instagram, I believe it's jesse.c.
Okay. I'll probably recognize him.
I think it's because like he's done a few first of all, he's popped up in the Discord quite a few times.
Yeah.
I've spoken to him over there, and like with Toby, I've hung out with him a few times, and like taking some photos of him as well, or like taking photos with him. Sorry, and he also is moving into the YouTube scene. He's been taking photos of like models and stuff, which is sick, right? And then I believe what he's actually done is he's part of like a group. I don't know if it's like Facebook or Instagram
That group, yeah.
where they're where it's a bunch of photographers and a bunch of models or people who want to model, and be like, hey guys, like I'm looking for a model for this time, anyone available? And then the model will be like one of the few models there will be like, yes, I can do that, and so on and so forth, right?
Dude, that's perfect.
Which is a lot smarter.
I'm literally in
that's
that
how
group.
people do that.
I'm in that group on Facebook.
You're in that,
I literally just forgot about it until you just, yeah.
bruh.
And I've shot models from there, and it's been great. Oh,
Bruh.
fuck. Dude, this is
Well, that solves your fucking problem then.
Because, dude, all I've been doing is messaging random models and being like, do you do TFP shoots? That's all I've said. Fuck, I'm smart. Fuck, I'm an idiot. All right.
Yeah.
I'll go back into that Facebook group.
Yeah. I need to be part of that Facebook group.
But yeah,
Fuck.
cool photography stuff. Got the film camera with a 35mm lens. I don't know. I just want to try more of that. Like I was saying, going back into the whole photography, getting back into being a photographer side of things,
Yeah.
doing that stuff. I think going back to the roots of photography is cool. 35mm.
Yeah, that's sick.
Some dope film stock as well.
Mm-hmm.
Get a model. Maybe I can do that in the new year.
Yeah, do that in the year.
What's some cool photography stuff?
Cool photography stuff.
Anything come to mind?
I'd say lights. Like
Lighting.
Honestly, having like little portable LED lights that can change colors that you want it to. Highly underrated. I think. Actually, you know what? Not highly underrated. Underrated for people who take photos for social media, but within the whole professional scene, you're probably laughing at us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Why do you mean? Like,
what do you mean?
In the professional scene?
Well, they're trained professionally. They know how to use fucking lighting.
Yeah. True.
Meanwhile, I'm a fucking scrub over here trying to figure out like, oh, what's backlighting?
Yeah.
Why does my lighting look like fucking shit?
Yeah, because you have one little RGB fucking light panel. That's all your lighting setup.
No, it's not even that. It's just like, I mean, before like literally this year, I reckon all my photos were taken outdoor in natural lighting, and you just work with what you have, right? But bringing like at least one set of like LED lights just to help create a bit of mood. Like you can start like manipulating your lighting to the way you want it and create so much more atmosphere and story to your photos. So that I think is highly underrated, especially for like street portraits.
Yeah. I agree.
That is
street portrait. Oh, street portraits is in like
taking
when you're
photos
with a model.
On the streets with a
with
model.
a model, yeah, not of randoms like.
No.
You bring your light bar out, you're like, oi, can you model?
Like, yeah, you just like just flashbang them in the face, like fuck. You just take a quick photo of them as they're struggling to fucking recover from their blindness.
That would be an interesting style. I love street photography so much.
It is.
I've been watching. I was watching some YouTube videos of like this guy. He's not even a YouTuber.
Yeah.
But he was just. He's been a photographer for like years, doing street photography for like 8 years, and it's so cool. Like he's got this little Fujifilm thing. Like it's very discreet. It's got a small little lens. I think it's a 35mm, and he's just like walking around, just like sort of holding his camera, like. Not even like looking through the viewfinder for all the shots, just like sort of boom, boom, like just capturing like what he's seeing. And the photos are just amazing. Like
really,
they tell such a nice story. I'll show it to you after this. But like just the whole point of like the reoccurring thing that I keep saying, just being a photographer and not worrying about the social media, not worrying about anything. Because there's that moment when you're in the flow state doing street photography, you're not thinking about anything else. All you're thinking about is you're in the zone and you're just looking at all these amazing compositions and all these cool characters, the cool lighting spots, and you're there. And that is the beauty of street photography, which I love.
That is true because like when you do street photography, you are so present in the actual moment of where you are. because you're constantly trying to figure out which frame you want to take. And so you're constantly noticing every little detail about everything that is around you. And I think that is definitely a gift that is it's definitely something that I've understood more as a photographer, and it's taken it's sort of a really weird way of phrasing it. I'm losing the words.
That's all right. What do you
sound? But it's just as I walk around without a camera now, that aspect of me is brought into just my personal life, and I get to walk around and just be genuinely interested about what's going around me.
The simplest shit.
The simplest shit. I just sometimes you probably just catch me just looking at I don't know, someone making bubble tea at a bubble tea stand or something, and I'm just watching them
You're looking at the framing. You're
sick. I'm looking at the framing. I'm first of all, that would be a cool photo. But second of all, was I wonder what her life is like. I wonder what she does. Just making bubble tea. Is this her whole life? What else does she do outside of work?
Yeah.
And it sort of makes you think, and just be in the moment. I wonder what these people do in a daily basis, or how this came about to exist, or something. Or it's just being present in the moment. I think it's just definitely photography has definitely taught that for me, I think.
Yeah, and just sort of once you do street photography. I know exactly what you mean. It's once you actually do street photography enough, everything changes. It literally, you can't unsee all these compositions. Even if you're just out with your friends who aren't photographers, you're just walking around the city, you're looking at look at that patch of light. Imagine if someone was walking through there.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, look at the lighting there. You're always in that mode, which is cool.
It's so funny as well, because when we go out to walking around the city and stuff, sometimes we just point out to each other and we get it. We understand. We're because sometimes as well, I'm pretty sure you would notice, we're looking at the same thing, and then we're probably thinking of the same thing as well in terms of how to compose it, or even slightly different things of the way we interpret that specific spot as well.
It's kind of hard to imagine that, or even think about the fact that people who aren't photographers don't see it like that.
No, they don't.
They see a patch of light, it's just whatever. They can't see what we see.
Yeah.
We see the final product of this beautiful image edited. We know exactly, we can see it in our mind's eye before it's even happened. Whereas other people just can't. It's weird to think that they don't see it like that.
But I think as well, you just start noticing the beauty in everything.
Yeah.
That is a big thing as well. Because even just looking in this general direction here, I can see shapes.
Yeah.
I can see color blocking.
Yeah.
I can see texture, and I'm this is kind of cool.
Just a corner of my apartment.
It's just even just this in general, because there's a lot of isometric angles, a lot of right angles. You got texture and you got color, a little bit of depth.
Yeah, for people who can't, or everyone can't see.
Even the way the lighting bounces off and the changes of different colored whites. You got that's gray and that's a lighter white.
We'll just explain. Right? We're just looking at one of the corners in my apartment. There's there's an old telephone on the wall. There's a little drinks cabinet, and it's just everything's very blocky and square.
Yeah, and you have the wood table there as well.
Yeah.
So you can just see textures and colors, and you're okay, so you can kind of imagine and see what that's like in a photo.
And cool. Also depending on the lens you have, you're if I had an 85, this part of the image would be blurred.
Yeah.
That would be sharp.
Yeah.
You can already see it. It's just a matter of whipping out the camera and pressing the button.
Yeah. It's whether or not you actually want to capture it for a photo, or if you kind of just want to just let that moment be as well. Because there are definitely times where in this happens more, I think, when I'm in an area with with a genuinely amazing view. I'm fuck, because there are some things that the camera cannot capture. That is, I think, something that a lot of photographers will be able to relate to. It's just sometimes you look at something and fuck, this is something that's only meant for the human eyes to appreciate.
Yeah.
And with that, you just leave it at that. That's when I know, okay, I'm not going to pick up my camera and take a photo of this. I'm just going to chill, relax, and just take in the view.
100%.
And then on the flip side, you see all these fucking people using their phones trying to take shit photos of a view that just doesn't look right. And
what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Sometimes it's nicer to just leave the camera down, enjoy it with your eyes, and just enjoy the moment for what it is.
Yeah.
and you can be stored in your memory.
Exactly.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Should
good
we
stuff.
wrap it up there?
Yeah. Well, that was a good podcast.
That
An
was a
hour
good
and 5
potty.
minutes. That's pretty long.
Not about the
Push it.
length though.
It's about the quality.
The quality.
But yeah, let us know about the quality of this podcast. Do you like it? Do you not?
Do you wish
if
it
you
was
do,
longer?
if you do you wish it was longer? Do you wish it was? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that.
Actually, though, on a serious note, if you're still listening to the podcast, give us feedback. What do you think we can be doing better? What do you actually want to hear us talk about? Because we can't speak to you. We can't have a conversation. I'm sitting in, we're sitting in our apartment just looking at a camera. Like I can't have a conversation. So I want to know what we're doing bad, and I think we all do.
Yeah, that's true.
What are we doing
100%.
bad? What can we do better?
Yeah.
Email us at
betweentheframespodcast@gmail.com, or you can even send us a submission over Discord.
Yeah, or even just send us a DM on Instagram. Just give us honest feedback.
Just let us know.
You want to hear.
What do you want us to talk about? If you have any stories, if you have any questions, and none of the fucking, which camera should I buy?
Fuck off.
Like, please, don't, we get those so many times, and it's just,
it's irrelevant.
It's actually irrelevant.
If you're asking what camera to buy, you've missed the whole point.
Yeah, you're missing the point.
Just get a camera.
Yeah, and
go
just
out and take some fucking photos.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out. But
Literally, I want to start with your phone.
Start with anything.
Anyway, off that tangent.
Yeah.
So if you do like this podcast, make sure to give it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. That greatly helps us out. We're on a whole bunch of different platforms. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching on YouTube. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. Leave a comment down below if you want.
And if you're listening on iHeartRadio, you can fuck off.
You can fuck off.
Stitcher, we don't even stream on Stitcher anymore. Thank fuck.
Thank fuck for that. Oh my God.
But iHeartRadio, honestly, just what are you doing?
Please,
get Spotify, Apple Music. Come on.
Spotify, something
Apple
else.
Podcasts. Is that what it's called? Or
Apple
Music?
Podcasts. It's called Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, come on. What are you doing, guys?
There's also Google Podcasts as well.
There's YouTube. Anything but bloody iHeartRadio. Come on.
Yeah.
You can do better.
Yeah. I hate radio.
That's what it should be called. I hate radio.
Yeah. So
for no reason at all, but
I don't know. We just have to shit on someone.
We have to shit on something.
It's just something that we have to do. So yeah. I hope you enjoy the podcast, and we will catch you next week. Every Friday we upload a new podcast. So that is the plan.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye. Stay tuned.